on the Skibidi toilet subreddit, there exists a guy who at all times is just in the negative upvotes. Like, you go on like someone else's post, and then at the very bottom, you scroll all the way down to the bottom, and you see his name, and then you see the negative 12 upvotes, and you have to tap to view the comment. Or sometimes, like every once in a while, the man himself posts, and it's like the most random, most bold take of all time, and it has like 0 upvotes, right? And that guy is called Ready Nixon or Google Creeper, one of the two. He's been on the subreddit and YouTube for like a while now. Some may say I'm actually kind of late to making a video about him because it's been like over a year since he started getting like controversial. But I've had this idea of making this video on him for a long time because it'll be really fun. And all of his texts, like almost all of them, I do not agree with. He is very but so how's this gonna go? Is that first I'm gonna watch one of his videos. It's gonna be his video on Skibidi Toilet season 25 and why he thinks it's like ass, and that's the first thing I'm gonna react to. So, and then after that, I'm gonna talk more about all of his criticisms of like the fandom and the Fake Women stuff. So for now, we're just gonna talk about the series, and then we'll get to that after. So let's begin. I'm gonna watch his video on season 25. I'm gonna like pause to defend the series. So let's do it. Also, I'm gonna be using clips from his video, and I'm gonna leave some stuff out because I'm gonna talk about it later, as I said. So you should probably just watch the video yourself. I'll leave a link to it in the description. So I'll just get that out of the way.
Okay, let me clarify a few arguments as I'm working on the AstroArc video. The AstroArc is not set up properly. It's dog shit writing, and I'll say that a million times.
Alright, so it's already clear. This guy, he does not like season 25. That's me, I love it. So that's the POV I'm coming from with this. So I think season 25 is peak, and he's going to talk about why he hates it, and I'm going to defend it. So let's see point number one.
Why is it dog shit writing? Well, let me give you excerpts from my video. So you have G Toilet, who just got gang mollywobbed by the trio of Titans, and he barely survived that. Then he comes back in episode 77, one of the most powerful characters in the whole universe at that moment. It doesn't make sense.
Alright. So this is a crazy one to start with. Now, I genuinely don't understand this. G Toilet he gets beaten by the Titans, and then he comes back stronger, and that's bad writing. That's happened tons of times in the series. Like, it happened with Titan Cameraman in episode 50, he came back stronger. And then Titan Speaker Man, episode 56, G Toilet multiple times, Titan TV Man, episode 67, Astro Detainer, episode 7A. But now, this time, when a Calder gets beaten, then they come back stronger, upgraded, it's bad writing. Like, why? And that's all he gives. Like, what does that even mean? He doesn't explain further. But this is like one of the main points that he always talks about, and even like in some of his posts from like a year ago, he always brings this up. And by the way, I know this video is like over a year old, but like I'm pretty sure he's said multiple times recently that he still hates season 25. So I'm just going to assume that at least most of this video is still up to date on his thoughts on the season. Right, point two. Let's see what's in this one.
What also doesn't make sense is you have upgraded Titan TV man who just got destroyed by 3 no-name Astros, and to finish him off was Juggernaut. Juggernaut even thought he killed the dude. Is this your strongest warrior? He thought he killed him. Then he finds out, oh, I didn't kill him. And then, okay, we're so strong, we barely beat the living shit out of him. Let's capture him. That shit makes no sense. And why does it make no sense? You have as my friend said, you have a handicapped lung cancer Titan cameraman surviving a full day from no-name Astros. We just saw upgraded Titan TV man get his ass beat by 3 of them. That's not good writing. It makes 0 sense. There's no defense for that. There is no argument you can come up with. And I'm tired of people saying that you talk shit. You just criticize Boom because the writing makes no sense.
Why are you criticizing writing that hasn't happened yet? We still don't know what happened to Titan Cameraman. Like, even though it's been over a year since this video, we still don't know because there's, everything that happened. But why are you saying it's bad writing when it hasn't even happened yet? Like, it could be bad, but we don't know yet because it hasn't happened. We have to wait. At least wait until we see the explanation of how Time Cameraman is alive. I also kind of agree with that thing he said before that Juggernaut was trying to kill Time TV Man, but then afterwards they capture him. So why was Juggernaut trying to kill him earlier? But maybe a possible explanation for that is that of course in episode 68 we saw that there was Astro Silent was watching Time TV Man do his stuff and he saw his head get separated, so his thought process was like, okay, we can just destroy his head and then control the body because he saw that happen. He can survive without his head attached to his body, but that's just like a band-aid fix kind of that I just made up, so don't know. Anyway, let's see point 3.
Then you have this lady of a mutant toilet come out of nowhere, and we know more about her backstory than any previous character in the series. What are 3 things you could tell me about TV Woman right now? Who's TV Woman? Where does she come from? You can't say anything. But the mutant toilet, this is my sister working out Alpha Hills before this whole shitstorm hit the fan. That's more backstory of a character than Plunger Man, than Kathy. We just know Kathy and Plunger loved each other, and that's literally it. Mind you, this other titan, this female character comes out of nowhere, and we know more about her than the OG characters.
I'm going to keep this one brief, but just remember that he complains about how the Fook Boom is not given character development for old characters, so just keep that in mind for this next one.
Plus, Plunger Cameraman is dead. He's dead. He's dead as fuck. He ain't coming back. And guess what? We're getting more backstory about him. Then they're telling me you just talk shit. Why are we getting character development for a character that died?
So, immediately, just from that last point, he's already contradicting himself because he said that the Fook Boom wasn't given character development for old characters, but now he's complaining that he gave character development for Plunger Man, who is an old character. But I think maybe that was more kind of acceptable from compared to what he's going to say later, because Plunger Man's dead. But the thing he's completely ignoring here is that he's completely missing the point of that Plunger Man scene at the beginning of season 25. Because yeah, it gives character development for Plunger Man, but it also gives character development for Kathy, Camera Woman, who is alive. And this scene sets up a bunch of stuff that she's going to do like later on in the season, and it gives her, guess what? It gives her character development, and he just kind of ignores that even later, which we'll get to.
I even said seasons 13 to 24 are masterfully written. It makes better sense than season 25. It broke my heart watching season 25 because it doesn't make sense. Then your YouTubers who react to it, they don't even react to it. They just glaze it. Name one critique any of the YouTube commentators gave about season 25. I'll wait. I'll fucking wait.
Okay. I completely forgot about this. This guy, he hates season 25, but he also thinks season 13 to 24 is peak, which is just very weird. Now, first of all, in season 13, the 19 probably didn't have a script, okay? And those episodes are very short. And they have story, right? I'm not hating on the first episodes, but it's very simplistic and it's very vague, which is why there was a lot of analysis YouTubers that came out during that time because it's kind of hard to understand. But as it went along, it got more clear. You also talk about how the Skibidi Toy YouTubers, like reaction channels and analysis channels, they don't criticize season 25, even though they also didn't criticize season 13 to 24, so is that also an issue, or do you just not care because you think those seasons are absolute peak cinema?
The animation's amazing, the fight's amazing, beautiful, and I'll praise that. I'll always praise that. But story-wise, he's just giving us action, and the only development we get about characters is one that's dead and one that's in her feelings.
What a weird thing to say. So, still contradicting himself. Earlier he said Boom didn't give character development to old characters, but he just completely ignores all the stuff Kathy does in this season. Because I don't know, I feel like he kind of knows he's wrong, and he he sees this thing that obviously contradicts what he's saying and kind of proves him wrong. So he just kind of and then just hopes he just pushes it away and hopes people won't notice. But I'm watching this video, I noticed. Like Camera Woman in season 25 at the beginning, she has a memory of Plunger Man, and obviously he's dead now. So she's sad and she feels like she has to kind of replace him because she takes his plungers later on, and then after episode 76, she's angry because the TV men left all those cameramen to die, and so she decides to be reckless, and her and like a whole other squad go out in episode 77 to go help people, but that obviously, as I said, it's really reckless, and then Titan TV Man and the other TV men have to go out and save them, and that of course ends with Titan TV Man being infected and killed. Actually, not killed. You know what I mean, infected. But you just completely ignore that, and you're just like, oh, she's just in her feelings the whole season. Like, what are you talking about? That's like saying that the Lion King has no character development because Simba's just in his feelings because his dad died. There's no character development. What the fuck are you talking about?
Then you got Juggernaut going through a cliche storyline. Commander. He's not your commander no more, bro. Very good development. 10 out of 10 writing. I gotta clap that up. Boom, you're a masterpiece. That's the best writing I've ever seen.
Alright. You've contradicted yourself like 5 times. You complain that he doesn't give character development to all characters at the moment, but when he does, it's bad writing. Like, you can't win. There's like you can't be happy. What are you talking about? Like, it's cliche. When has that ever happened in this series before? I know that's not what that word means, but like, that's a new thing that's happened in this series. And what does it say? Keep him a villain. Don't redeem him. Jid Toilet and Juggy bromance plot. Okay. Why is that a bad thing? If anything, giving him Juggernaut this plot makes him more complex. He's not just like a 2-dimensional like villain. But I guess not, because it's cliche. Okay.
G-Man, guys, I need your help. And he's over here fighting the Alliance since episode 50. Mind you, the Astros appeared in episode 50. Why is he fighting the Alliance if they need to team up? If they need to team up, why are you fighting them? It makes no sense. Someone give me a good answer on why G-Toilet and Scientist Mech, whatever, Professor, is fighting the Alliance if they known the Astros were out there. You would think that the story would be set up more properly where, oh, the Astros are here, we gotta go talk to them. No, let's do a 3 versus 1, idiots, because you don't know what's coming, even though I know what's coming because I'm a fallen Astro. The writing makes 0 sense.
I could give multiple explanations on this. Number one, the kind of most obvious one, is that when the Fig Boom made like the first episode of Skibidi Toilet in the first like 20, he didn't have the entire story planned out. He wasn't, when he was making episode 1, he was animating the head in the toilet. He wasn't like, oh yes, and episode 79 part 2, Watchmen of Doom is gonna make Camera Woman kill herself. The lore was very simple. It was non-existent at the start, and then it was simple, and it's gradually gotten more and more complex. Right? All the Astros that did not exist when the series started, right? Also, point number two is that the camerawoman or the cameramen are the ones that started the war. Back in episode 7, when the cameraman flushed the toilet, and then the fighting started after that. And then it kept going and going and going until it was like insane. G-Toilet never tried to like convince the Alliance that he was like a good guy, because like they wouldn't believe him. Like, imagine if like in World War II where Hitler was randomly like, "Yo guys, we got to team up. There's aliens coming." Like, you think everyone would believe him? No. And also, G-Toilet literally tries to convince Titan TV Man in episode 73 and some of the extra scenes to join him. He's like, "Please join me, I'm warning you." But Titan TV Man just ignores him and still tries to kill him. So he literally tried to join forces, but the Alliance didn't want to because they hate him. So he couldn't they couldn't conjoin until everything had already started with the Astros.
When episode 77 came out, the Mafia toilet was a huge debate. No one can tell the Mafia toilet was there. Why? Because the smoke is all over the goddamn screen. You can barely see what's going on. And someone called this out and they were downvoted. What is wrong with you guys?
Finally. First point I agree with. Mafia Toilet should not have been in episode 77 because like he only appears for 5 seconds. You can't even tell it's him because like, as he said, there's smoke in the way and you can't even see his face. And then it would have been way better if he just Mafia Toilet had if the Big Boom had waited to show Mafia Toilet in episode 79 instead. But also I will say is that this 5 second scene of Mafia Toilet in episode 77 does not ruin the story of like a 50-minute series or season, like you just said, or hinted that it did. Like that's kind of an exaggeration. It's like it's kind of just a minor flaw. Okay, it's not that deep. That's the end of the video. Obviously, I left a lot of points out, but they don't have to do with the season. They have to do with what he thinks of the fandom and Boom and stuff, which I'm going to talk about later. But before I talk about that, I'm also going to briefly talk about what he thinks of episodes 78 and 79 too. So let me go find some stuff about that. Alright, I found a video about 78. Right, Skibidi Toilet Speaker Armada, good versus bad foreshadowing. And what's this about? Alright, I just watched the video. I'm not going to show clips this time because the video is just, there's no commentary, it's just like text on the screen. So I'll just summarize what Nixon, the man, the legend said. So, first off, he gave an example of good foreshadowing, which was in episode 72, where, Detainer loses his 5G toilet and he loses 2 of his arms. So obviously Tiny Cameraman takes one, but the other one is taken by the TV men. And then so we're like, well, us the audience obviously like, what are they going to do with that arm? And then in 74, we see them like experiment on the arm, and then we're like, where's this going? And then in episode 77, it turns out Titan TV Man has the arm as a weapon now, and I will agree, good foreshadowing. That's a code. But then he talks about the speaker modern, why that is it's bad foreshadowing, bad writing. It's bad foreshadowing because there's not much of it. We have one line from Scientist TV Man episode 77, and then earlier, like at the beginning, one of the extra scenes of season 25, Titan TV Man is just kind of like, Titan Speaker Man, you need to get your upgrades first. And that's kind of all we get. Which, I mean, I could kind of agree with. But, right, this kind of, I'm going to defend this. From when we watch episode 78 and when we're from Hugo's POV, and obviously the rest of the Alliance, like all hope is lost for them. They're losing. Everything's being taken over because the Astros they just created Watchmen of Doom, so everything's going downhill. And then when Hugo gets stabbed and he's about to get killed by Astro Hunter, it's like, oh no, oh, hope is lost. And then suddenly, like randomly, all hope is back again because the speaker modders show up and they start wrecking shit. Which it didn't have much foreshadowing, but I will say maybe that's kind of a good thing because then we kind of get the POV of the Alliance, because obviously probably like all of them didn't even know the speaker model was a thing. And so from their POV, these people just randomly appeared and are now saving them. So I don't think that's an issue, okay? Maybe it would have been better if there was foreshadowing, but I like the way it's done. I still like the way it's done in the actual series of version we got. Alright, so I was going to watch a video on 79, but there is none, unfortunately. There was one on part 1, but I think he actually likes part 1, but I will say is that I remember that when part 2 came out, he hated part 2, and I just went back on his account and found that post, and the thing he complains about is Camel Woman's death, because we obviously there's a little hint because there's a dude behind her when she shoots herself. There's a little hint that she's still alive, and he complains that Boom can't take risks because he's scared of killing off important characters, which I mean, kind of understandable, but also not really. Once again, he is complaining about writing that hasn't happened yet, because from when 79 Part 2 came out, we didn't know where that was gonna go, and we still basically don't know to this day where that whole plot was gonna go. But he's just immediately complaining about him being doom posting about it, and he also just completely ignores the fact that the MJ Toilet died as well in that episode. Like he died for real. I know MJ Toilet's not an important character, but he's not as important as Camel Woman. But that's still a character death, and a lot of people really liked him, right, including me. This is my reaction to episode 79 Part 2 when it came out. Oh wow. MJ, don't die, please. No, 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 no. No, I just spilled. No. No. Alright, that's all I have to say about his takes on the episode, so kind of. We'll talk about episode 80 later. Now, I'm going to talk about him and what he thinks of the fandom and Boom. Alright? It's going to get messy, let's do it. Alright, so first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to go back to the season 25 video and talk about all the stuff he said about the fandom and stuff, which I left out earlier, so let's do that.
I'm gonna spitball this. I'm not gonna write a script for this video, and this video is for the Skibidi Toilet subreddit. And I believe there's two factions within the Skibidi Toilet subreddit. You have those who know Boom is not a perfect dude. He makes promises publicly, and he doesn't deliver. Faster episodes, a consistent release schedule, a team, and I really believe the dude's egomaniac, and I like the man, and he crapped on me on Stream with Steak. He crapped on me in front of the whole subreddit, basically, and even then, I responded positively. I gave him flowers. I believe his animation skills are immaculate, amazing, and I have my fair share of critiques and criticisms of the show. I will praise the show for great animation, and that's all you're going to hear from me. Now, the other half of the subreddit is people who I don't mind waiting, Boom can do no wrong, or the haters really get to this man. You guys are really demotivating Boom, and it's like, this is where I draw the line. Are you guys serious? Do you guys believe a man who's been made wealthy because of all of us, haters included, is looking on YouTube, looking on Reddit, looking at all the thousands of hate comments he probably gets, and says, you know what, guys, I'm demotivated, I'm mentally drained? That doesn't work. That's not how it works. I don't think that man is stressing about any of us. He's laid back, doesn't gotta work a regular job a day in his life, and I call you guys the Boom Riders. The Boom Riders will make up all kinds of defenses for a man that has the wealth of Disney making Skibidi Toilet, and I praise the man for finding something that works. But your guys' problem is you think that people can't critique that man. Okay, that's kind of a lot to say. The video might get a little bit more serious, but I'm not sure. This is just a weird thing to say. So, first off, Nixon is mad that apparently the Fug Boom trashed him live on Steak stream in front of the entire subreddit. When did he do that? So, first, Steak showed the Fug Boom one of your posts, and I haven't seen it in a while. I should probably go check right now, actually. I'll pause and then look it up. Alright, I'm looking at it right now. This is what he says. Not gonna lie, I usually sent nice things from Reddit community, but this post is massive L. Fans can get frustrated over time, I agree, but this motherfucker crosses the line and sounds like entitled for that. Twitter community, on the other hand, is a very civil place with a lot of cool contributions, something for Reddit to learn. That's all he says. When, for what Nixon said, you would think that the Fug Boom
like leaked his IP address and told people like fucking stone him or something. That's the folk boom. He doesn't say his name. He never says anything. He doesn't like make fun of him. He just says like this post is massive Ella and just says you're an entitled brat, and that's it. That's like such a mild insult, and till this day he's still talking about this. Like it's he just calls you an entitled brat, my guy. Just so get over it. He also says that people who enjoy the series and don't criticize it just enough are all idiots. They're just boom riders. They don't care. They just love the series. They just consume. They consume the series. And then when they see the boom, they just he's the Lord and Savior. They go over to the boom and they just suck him off. But like, isn't that just enjoying the series? Are people not allowed to just think the series is good? Like, just because they don't think season 25 is bad like you do, you think they're all idiots, which is such a weird kind of bad mindset, because oh, it's not just about this. Every time he has an opinion, it doesn't come off as like this is my opinion and everyone else's opinion is different. It comes off as like I'm right and all of you are idiots and wrong, and that's kind of weird. Okay, I'm kind of not gonna lie. He also talks about how the Fug Boom, because he's rich, he's not allowed to be tired. He's not allowed to be sad. Like he's not allowed to like I don't know. It's just such a random thing to say. It feels like you're. I don't know how to describe this. It feels like you're Nixon. Like in your head, you're like, if I had as much money as the Fug Boom, I would be so happy. I would just do nothing. It would be amazing. But you're not. You're not him. Like, imagine being the Fug Boom. He created Skibidi Toilet. Probably gets like 5 death threats a day. Especially even more back then when this video was made. And it's such a weird thing to say that, oh, you're rich, you're not allowed to be sad. Like, that's kind of messed up, to be honest. Like, and also, Steak said this. You treat Skibidi Toilet like it's if you like the Fook Boom owes you the series. Like, it's his series. He can do what he wants with it. Like, but you act like when if he takes too long, if he doesn't deliver on promises fully, you act like he's like an egomaniac and like he's like a terrible person because he doesn't deliver fully sometimes. But like, and you also say that he doesn't have a real job and he just sits back and does nothing all the time. Like, what are you talking about? Like, you've literally said the series has great animation. How long do you think that great animation takes to make? Like, remember when times when like the Folk Boom was being SFM grinding for over 24 hours? That's such a random thing to say. Oh, it's not a real job. He just sits and does nothing. Like, that's like really messed up, to be honest. And to this day, he still says stuff like that. Like, I don't know. It's just kind of weird, to be honest. Alright, this is the last thing I'm going to talk about. We're going to talk about what he's been doing now in the big 2026 in the invisible narratives era. So, recently, obviously, we've had episode 80, and I made a video about episode 80, but just spoiler alert, I don't like it. I think it's a bad episode. I don't care. I don't consider it canon. It's just not anything like Boom's True Vision. It's not anything like his worst version. It's like bad, kind of worse animation, kind of very worse story, bad cinematography. Just watch that video to get the full picture of what I think about that episode if you want to. But Nixon, he really likes episode 80. And I find that really weird because obviously it took 10 months to come out and it's only 11 minutes. Okay, if the Food Boom done that, I 100% Nixon would literally go to his house and chop his balls off if the Fig Boom did that. But I'm guessing the reason he likes episode 80 so much is just it's not made by Boom, it's made by Strider. And guess what? Strider didn't mildly insult him 2 years ago, and so therefore he likes it. And he still acts like he's right and everyone else is wrong and idiots, as I said, and it's just really annoying. And he also, yesterday, as of recording this, he posted like 3 times on the subreddit, but all the posts have been deleted now. I don't know what happened to them. Either he deleted them or the moderators deleted them. Don't know. And he went on like a rampage. I don't know what was wrong with him. He was like, he was fuming at his computer. He was like this. He was like with the fucking steam coming out of his ears. He's like this. And he was just making some random posts ever. Unfortunately, I can't really remember what they were, but I remember I was in bed looking at them. I was like, what the hell is going on? And it's just so weird. Like, I also want to point out that he does support invisible narratives, but not really, because he says he liked episode 80 and he's excited to see more from Strider. But then I'm pretty sure he also says he doesn't support invisible narratives, even though like watching the episodes is literally supporting invisible narratives. Like I have not watched episode 80. When I watched the re-upload of episode 80. So I haven't watched like the original thing on Invis's channel. But like you can't do both. You can't be excited and watch Strider's episode 80 and beyond. While also saying you don't support invisible narratives, you're doing both things at once. And also, he says like he made this post as well, which is just so random. Like, remember how I said that he was mad that like last time he was mad that people were just like dick riding Boom and not giving him enough criticism and just enjoying the series. Well, now he's mad that people aren't doing that. He's mad that people aren't dick riding Strider and just apparently turning their brains off and just watching the series without giving it any criticism. He's mad that people are criticizing episode 80 for some reason, which is so random. Like, pick a side. He's contradicting himself like 10 times. I think this is going to be kind of the end of the video. This is probably my most negative video I've made so far, but I don't want it to be negative. I don't want this video, like the message of this video to just be, this guy Nixon, he's a fucking idiot. Because I assume Nixon's gonna watch this video. Maybe. Like he's not like he's a popular YouTuber. He'll probably watch this video, and if he does, I don't want I don't want him to watch this video and just feel kind of sad, like because I'm just some random 15-year-old just fucking insulting him and defending all of his, like opposing all of his opinions. But I will say, like, some of the stuff you say, Nixon, like, is really weird, okay? Like, Boom shouldn't be allowed to be happy, and, like, people should just turn their brains off and consume Invis products. It's weird. And also, his mentality of, like, I'm right and everyone else is wrong. So, Nixon, if you're seeing this, just try and improve. I don't know. Because, like, and also, if you're, one thing I don't understand is that you genuinely just seem, oh fuck, my phone's got, oh god, my phone's on low battery, oh no, like, Nixon, you just genuinely seem miserable all the time, like, you hate Boom, you hate the fandom, you hate the series itself, like, if you're just that miserable talking to everybody, then just don't. And also, now that you apparently like Strider and his animations, then just, I don't know, just don't post on the subreddit anymore, because you hate everyone, you think they're all idiots. Just don't post there anymore and just, I don't know, enjoy Strider's episodes, because you like them. Just do that. Like, you don't have to put other people down. Like, it's just like doom posting. It's annoying. So anyway, I think that's the end of this video. My phone's about to die, so that's where it has to end. I'll put more, there might be more at the end of stuff I forgot to mention. And yeah, Nixon, if you're watching this, I hope you improve, I hope you get better, handling people with different opinions than you and stuff. I wish the best for you, right? I don't want you to like. I don't think you're a terrible person. I will take your criticism of the stuff over all this stupid like fucking critical drinker stuff like woke. That your criticisms are way bad than that type of criticism. Okay, I will say that. I don't think you're a bad criticizer of stuff. Like it could get way worse. So improve, hopefully, and this is where I'm going to end the video. So goodbye. I'm like time cameraman. Goodbye. Oh, my thumb. Ah!